Hey, friends, and welcome into the TexAgs Rewind presented by Specs, the 4-time Retailer of the Year. And we are here in my favorite place, the Rollo Insurance Studio. McKinley Polanski, what was your favorite part of the program?
My favorite part of the program was Josh Pate. And I'm going to give you a non-intern answer. I'm going to tell you I liked his take on the AP poll. I think it's interesting because I do think if certain teams ranked super high had a different logo on their helmet, they'd be ranked differently. So I agreed with his ranking. I also like to hear what he said about A&M. So
McKinley Feinbaum, really good take there. That was really good.
Thanks.
Nick Savage, what was your favorite part?
Damontre Moore, obviously, the monster.
The monster.
He's the best. And it's cool to hear that he got a gig. He's covering the Cowboys now, so we gotta get his Cowboys take the next time he's on.
We do got to do that. Who actually made the rewind? Who made the cut?
Well, OB, we had Damontre, like I mentioned, Josh Pate, and then Jamie McCoy. I got the defensive perspective from Damontre. I wanted the offensive perspective from Jamie McCoy.
By the way, Nick, I'm taking Thursday, Friday off. You'll be doing the show.
Yay.
Check out the rewind.
So, of course, we're going to start with Mario Craver.
Okay, let's pull 207 yards receiving.
Yeah. How do you not start with that guy? Well, what a game he had. That touchdown, the first touchdown.
Yep.
I think we were talking about yesterday. Reminded me of the Devon A-Chain touchdown run, even though it was a pass.
Here it is. Watch the spin. Ready?
Look at
Germ.
I'm not going. And then there's nice block by Terry Bussey behind him, by the way. Block doesn't have to knock somebody off their feet. Just get in their way. And
Yep.
I don't know if the kid from Notre Dame would have caught Craver anyway, but no point in making sure. 29.6 average per catch.
I think that's pretty good.
That is amazing. His kid's off to an All-American start. We'll see if he finishes it off. Who should be? A&M's going to have a Heisman Trophy candidate now.
Yeah.
Who should it be?
I think it should be 2 candidates right now. It should be 2. Who's another name? Since we got a grab bag of things.
Well, Marcel Reed.
Marcel Reed deserves love.
I mean, he had a 300. I don't care what his completion percentage is. Some of those misses were bad throws. Some of them were throwing the ball away so he doesn't make a bad play.
You know what I like?
What?
The ones he did complete were pretty big.
Yeah. You got 360 yards. 360 yards passing. And by the way, you had a big 11-yard completion at the end of the game.
Yeah, the biggest. And so can we give Nate Borkacher a little love? Performance of the week, catching blinded, Stevie Wonder catch. Let's go.
It was a wondrous catch, that's for sure. Nate Borkacher, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Nate Borkacher never has to buy a drink, maybe even a meal in the city of College Station again for life. What an amazing catch that was.
I think Le'Veon Moss deserves a little love.
3 touchdowns in one quarter?
Yeah.
And then how big was that 12-yard
That was the biggest.
run?
That actually probably was the turning point.
81 yards?
Yep.
I think we're about to start seeing, it was about the 4th game last year, maybe the 5th, but when he really started piling up numbers, and I think it's about to happen.
I agree.
It's a funny saying they used to say back in the day, you see a lot, you see a little, you see a little, you see a lot. When I say that, I mean, those good coaches, you have what you're fundamentally good at, and then you might add 1 or 2 exotic blitzes and make those adjustments along the way. So you just gotta stop thinking about the opponent so much and more so think about yourself and lock in on the technique.
Hey, Damontre, watching that game, I'm sure, again, you've talked about it, it was exciting. Anything remind you of any other games that you might have ever watched or been a part of?
Man, I can't help but think of my freshman year where we went through that gauntlet of playing Texas, really the Nebraska game, a 9-6 game, just being a nail biter and going down to the end. You needed some good things. My last year, unfortunately, when we played TU and we lost in those final minutes and it came down to a penalty that Trent Hunter had to revive the drive and then losing in the last few minutes, thought I had that wrecking crew essence, that it was a certain je ne sais quoi that was in the air where it was like, oh man, we're out here playing football and we're living up to the hype. I was talking on my podcast, The Players Lounge, with Newey Scruggs and Barry Church, arguing all week about how we're about to go down there and take the luck from the Irish. And so it was one of them games to where you could say, hey, we're the big dogs now, and now we're top 10.
Kind of thought he might mention a certain night in Tuscaloosa, but okay,
Yeah, we get it.
I mean, you had that, but hey,
You wanted to go
it is
deeper.
what it is. I wanted to go back to what set the tone for me to.
All right.
Yes, Tuscaloosa was there, but that freshman year when we went through that gauntlet, like that was the nail biter that I was thinking of. So, I was fortunate to be a part of multiple nail biters.
Hey, so you got a podcast now?
Yes, sir. I'm podcasting. I'm a co-host of Players Lounge with the Dallas Cowboys. It's me, Newly Scruggs, Barry Church, and Anthony Dorsett Jr. We do it every day, 5 days a week at 2 p.m. live.
Every day. Wow, look at that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I told you I'm trying to get it back into the mix, man. So I appreciate y'all for having me. I got to get these reps. Y'all prepared it, and a lot of my interviews that I did with y'all actually got noticed by Derek Eagleton. Shout out to him at the Cowboys. He said, "Man, you're doing tremendous work. We want you to come on here." Now, y'all help me get another job.
And I really found out why I didn't care. Because I'm looking at it's so void of logic. Like I've always done power ratings, which is not merit based. So you're not doing it the way an AP voter should, or even a playoff committee member should. But when I'm looking at a team like Georgia Tech or Vandy, the only separator between them and top 10 teams is it feels like the teams in the top 10 were sort of invited to the party in the preseason. Texas, for example, is in the top 10 right now. It's not remotely close to a top 10 resume. And if I put a different helmet sticker on that resume, they're either in the 20s or unranked in all likelihood. Conversely, I got Vandy with 2 blowout wins on the road, one of them against the top 15 team. And so that's good enough for 18th or something like that. Georgia Tech goes on the road, -3 turnovers in the first quarter and still beats Colorado. Come home, beat Clemson. They're not even top 15. And good and well, if I put Alabama or Penn State or Ohio State's sticker on that resume, slam dunk #1 team in the country. So I could not think less of the AP. They fully digitized that thing, and it's not even worth the web pages it's printed on, and that's free.
Josh, I'm keeping you too long. Let me just ask you just a tiny question. What do you think about all the complaining about the non-penalty call, the holding at the end of the A&M Notre Dame game, and then Terry McCauley on Twitter and this and that? Like, A&M fans have done a good job of showing, well, here's a hold here, here's a hold here. That wasn't called. A football game, right, comes down to, yes, that they missed it. I recognize that. But it's a series of misses and also a series of plays that determine the end result.
Yeah, what happens in football is the calls in the fourth quarter are remembered a whole lot more than calls earlier in the game. I don't think there's ever been a football game in history that if I needed to find anecdotal evidence that I got cheated, I couldn't find it. I will find it. Here's the difference. No one ever complains they got cheated in a 38-20 loss. It's the close game, which takes me back to what my dad used to always preach to me. Now, he was talking about Little League Baseball in this case, but it applies across the spectrum of sports. If you leave a game in the hands of officials, just assume they'll break your heart every time. It's your job not to leave it in their hands. Now, if you do, you may still win. Maybe you'll even get a lucky break. But I can promise you, not just that last game, but throughout the last 5 years, you telling me A&M can't prove they were on the short end of some calls? Like I wasn't really interested in hearing the nation chastise A&M. Oh, you got lucky. Because I'm like, really? Well, let me welcome you to Aggie football, buddy. Sit down for a second. I have a slideshow that I want to show you. Yeah, I wasn't really interested in that.
The tight end position who delivered the knockout blow with Nate Borkacher.
I mean, who'd have thought it? I guess you could say that's sugar on top.
Well, just take me through that play and what you saw, how it developed, and just you've played the position at the highest level. Just what did you see?
Man, first things first, I think it was bad on them to go ahead and call a timeout and give us time to go set that play up. Granted that Elko said that they kind of got into something similar, but I just thought if I'm on that defensive side, I'm going to let it play. They got one down. It's like, don't give them more time to set up. But going back, I mean, I had to rewatch that thing probably yesterday. I'd say probably 20 times, just looking at everything happening in that play. And I thought it was good on us for playing into Concepcion. We had Craver coming on the crosser. they had all their attention in the middle. They had probably 5 or 6 guys. They had the guy on the front of the end zone line just waiting to try to read Marcel's eyes. One of the most impressive things I would say, and this goes back to Elko saying, I don't want to hear anything else about is Marcel a passer. If you go back and watch that play, one of the hardest things for a right-handed quarterback to do is roll to your left. Marcel not only was rolling left, but he pump fakes. And if you go back and watch, that pump fake held all those 4 or 5 guys in the middle. It held them there for just half of a second. He pump fakes, and then he immediately delivers it out there. I mean, it's not a back shoulder. I'd say it's a front shoulder throw because the linebacker was actually in great position. It was just a perfect example of a bigger body kind of going into basketball terms and blocking him out. And he went up, made the catch, but there was so much excellence on display right there from Marcel. I mean, like I said, to evade the pocket to the left, pump fake, and throw the pass, the touchdown pass right after that. Kudos to him. Kudos to Colin Klein drawing it up and calling it, and kudos to the Aggies for getting it done. I mean, this doesn't happen for A&M, and the fact that we finally got it off got that off our back. I mean, whew, sky's the limit now.
All right, Polanski. I just wanted to see if it would be awkward.
Oh, I was ready.
No,
I was ready.
No,
No.
you were ready. I was just trying to make it awkward.
I'm going to tell the people what to do.
Who are the people? When you say the people, who are the people? I'm just kidding.
TexAgs
Just tell us what to
supporters,
do.
Aggie
Sorry.
fans.
There you go.
Anyone, like, comment, subscribe, and
Tell your friends about it?
yeah, tell your friends about it. And I'll tell my friends about it too.
Yeah, and then we'll all just tell our friends together.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.